The laughter died down and the night wore on. Yoongi glanced at the time, then looked around at everyone gathered. Alright, everyone, it's getting late. You should all head to your rooms and get some sleep, so we have to return home tomorrow. You nodded in agreement, knowing the day had been long and filled with excitement. You reached for Johan, ready to take him back to your room. Come on, little buddy, time for bed. As soon as you try to lift him, Johan let out a loud wail, reaching out for Yoongi. Dada, no! You looked at Yoongi concerned. Oh no, Johan, you are going to wake everyone up. Yoongi chuckled softly, his eyes sparkling as he glanced at Johan. It's okay, Johan, you can stay with me. You frowned, ready to protest. But he will be trouble in the middle of night. He will want to use the washroom and Yoongi waved his hand disdainfully, a smirk playing on his lips. Don't worry, once he is asleep, I will handle it. If he wakes up, I will just take him to the bathroom. You sighed, knowing Johan wouldn't take no for an answer. The little boy was already settling deeper into Yoongi's arms, clearly determined to stay close to his dada. But what if he kicks you or something? He's a little tornado when he sleeps. Jin, who was passing by, chimed in with a grin. Don't worry, Yogi can handle a little tornado. Plus, it will be good practice for when you have kids. Yoongi showed Jin a playful glare but couldn't suppress a smile. Right, practice. You shook your head, unable to hold back a laugh. You two are ridiculous, but seriously, if he keeps you all night, I'm blaming you. Yoongi smirked, clearly enjoying the challenge. I will take full responsibility. Just wait till you see how well I handled it. As you reluctantly agreed, Johan snuggled closer to Yoongi, who adjusted his grip to make him more comfortable. Alright, just don't say I didn't warn you. Mio, who had been listening nearby, pipped up with a mischievous grin. You know, Yoongi, if Johan keeps you up, you might need to pay for coffee tomorrow to stay awake. Everyone laughed at the thought, and Yoongi rolled his eyes, a smirk on his face. Coffee, more like an energy drink. You smiled, knowing Johan was in a good hands, even if it felt a strange letting him stay with Yoongi. Okay, fine, just text me if you need anything. Yoongi nodded, giving you a assuring look. I will. Get some rest. As you turn to leave, you heard Johan mumble sleepily, Dada. You passed glancing back at the two of them and felt your heart swell. Good night, you two. Don't let Johan kick you. Yoongi laughed, shaking his head. I can handle it. You smiled, feeling a mixture of happiness and warmth as you headed to your room, hoping for a restful night. After a long warm shower, you felt refreshed but still worried about Johan. It was already 12 a.m. and you decided to check on him. As you made your way down to the dimly lit hallway, you tiptoed towards the Yoongi's room, pausing at the door to knock softly. You knocked, but there was no response. Frowning, you glanced around and raised your hand to knock again, but you suddenly flinched at the sound of footsteps behind you. Turning, you were surprised to see Meow standing there holding a steamy cup of coffee. Hey, what's up? You hesitated, then spoke softly. I came to check on Johan. I just wanted to make sure he's okay. Mia nodded, a look of understanding crossing her face. He's fine, I just saw them a bit ago. But if you want, I can give you the password to the room. It's 69005. After she shared it with you, she added, I'm just grabbing coffee for my headache. I will head back to my room now. As she returned to walk away, you hesitated for a moment, then decided to go inside. You entered the room and quietly input the password. The door clicked open and you stepped inside, the dim light illuminating the scene before you. Your heart swelled at the sight. Yoongi and Johan were both fast asleep, cuddled together on the bed. Johan was nestled against Yoongi's chest, his little hand resting on Yoongi's shoulder. You smiled softly, but then your concern kicked in. You wanted to carry Johan back to your room, but it was going to be tricky. The way they were positioned made it difficult. Johan was in the middle and the wall on the other side of the bed. Taking a deep breath, you hovered over Yoongi, reaching for Johan. You had just managed to grasp him when you heard Yoongi's deep, sleepy voice near your ear. What are you doing? Startled, you hand slipped, and in a split second, you found yourself landing right on top of Yoongi. Your lips accidentally brushed against his in a soft kiss. Both of you froze, eyes wide in shock. You quickly scrambled back, your heart racing, and muttered nervously, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Before you could finish, you rushed out of the room, your cheeks burning with embarrassment and your heart pounding wildly in your chest. As you fled down the hallway, you could feel Yoongi's gaze on you, still stunned by what just happened. You ran all the way back to your room, feeling the heat in your cheeks and the jaws you thought swirling around. What just happened? How could you have kissed Yoongi like that? You wanted to hide under your covers and never come out. The sun was just beginning to rise, casting a soft glow over the landscape as you sat in the passenger seat of Yoongi's car. It was 6 a.m., and the atmosphere was thick with unspoken tension following last night's unexpected kiss. You cradled Johan in your arms, who was still asleep, his little head resting comfortably against your shoulder. The silence between you and Yoongi felt heavy, and you couldn't help but steal glances at him. He was focused on the road, his expression calm but serious. His dark hair fell slightly over his forehead, and you could see the light reflecting off his features, making him look more handsome than usual. You wanted to say something, anything to break the silence, but the word seems to stuck in your throat. The memory of your accident kiss replayed in your mind, making your cheeks flushed with embarrassment. You could feel the weight of it lingering between you, and you wondered if he was thinking about it too. Finally, you decided to break the silence. So the trip was nice. He glanced at you for a moment before turning his eyes on the road. Yeah, it was. His response was short, and you could feel the tension creeping back in. You took a deep breath, trying to shake off the awkwardness. I'm really glad we got to spend time together, Johan and everyone. Yumi nodded, still not looking away from the road. Me too. The conversation seemed to stall again, and you shifted slightly, trying to make Johan more comfortable in your arms. As you adjust, Yoongi's gaze flickered back to you, his expression softening just a bit. He really likes being with you. You smile at that, feeling warm spread in your chest. I like being with him too. He's so sweet. And my child. Johan tried slightly mumbling something in his sleep, and you instinctively held him closer. Yoongi watched you for a moment, his lips quickly up into a small smile. You're a good mom. Your heart skipped a beat at his word. It felt nice to hear him say that, especially after everything that had happened. Thanks, Miss Ramin. I just try my best. The car continued its journey, the landscape changing as the sun rose higher. You glanced at Young again, noticing a hint of smile on his lips as he focused on driving. Maybe things would be so awkward after all. Then, as it on cue, Johan woke up, stretching his arms and looking around sheepily. Mama, you smiled down at him. Good morning, sweetheart. We're going home. He blinked, still trying to shake off the remnants of sleep. Where's Dada? Yuki turned slightly at the sound of Johan's voice. I'm here, buddy. Johan's face lit up with joy as he reached out for Yoongi. You shifted him so that he could sit up and reach Yoongi, who smiled as he took Johan's small hands in his. Dada? You watched the two of them, feeling a warm spread in your chest. Despite the awkwardness, seeing them together made you feel grateful. It was moments like this that remind you how much you cared for both of them. As the car continued down the road, you realized that maybe, just maybe, things would turn out alright. By 8 a.m., everyone had gathered at a cozy restaurant for breakfast. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee and warm pastries filled the air as you walked in with Yoongi and Johan. The restaurant was bustling with energy, filled with your company employees, all laughing and chatting, exciting about the trip. You found a large table in the corner, and everyone began to celebrate. As you sat down, you placed your hand in your lap, and he looked around with wide eyes, taking in the lively atmosphere. Wow, I'm starving. I hope they have pancakes. If they don't, I'm going to throw a fit. The group interrupted in laughter, and you couldn't help but smile at their playful banter. Yoongi sat beside you, glancing at Johan, who was busy playing with a spoon. Hey Johan, are you ready for some delicious food? Yeah, he raised the spoon as if it were a sword, and everyone cheered, promoting him to giggle at the attention. I heard they have an all you can eat breakfast buff. This is my moment. You chuckled, remembering how Jungkook could wear food like a vacuum cleaner when he wanted to. As long as they have bacon, I will be happy. Bacon makes everything better, right, Jimin? Of course, but you can't forget the pancakes. They are the real heroes of breakfast. You glance at Mio, who was seated across from you, rolling her eyes with a smile. You guys are ridiculous. Just don't blame me if you all fall into a food coma. Just then the waiter arrived with a cheerful smile, handing out menus. Good morning. Can I start you all with some drinks? Coffee. Lots of coffee. An orange juice for me, please. Just water for me. You couldn't help but laugh at everyone chimed in, cheering their drink preferences. After ordering, you look around, noticing the excitement building among your friends. So, who think they can eat the most? Bobby raised his hand immediately. Johnny accepted. I'm going to eat so much they will have to roll me out of here. Let's make it interesting. Whoever loses has to karaoke tonight. Everyone laughed at that, and the playful banter continued. I'm totally in. I will be judge. You watch everyone begin to jointly compete over who could eat the most. As the food started arriving, the table erupted into cheers. Look at this spread. It's a breakfast feast. Yoongi took a bite of his food, and you noticed him glancing at Johan, who was happily munching on a pancake syrup smeared all over his face. You're going to have a sugar rush, kid. I like sugar. The laughter continued as all enjoy your meal, sharing stories from the trip. At one point, Jungkook tried to sneak a piece of bacon from Bobby's plate only to get catch. Hey, hands off my bacon! I was just testing its quality. Everyone laughed at Jungkook's excuse, and the atmosphere was filled with warmth and joy. After breakfast, everyone settled back into their seats, chatting and laughing. The waiter came around to take drink orders, and Yoongi ordered a coffee, lost in his thoughts. Suddenly, the waiter served a vibrant strawberry shake in front of him. Yoongi reached for it, ready to take a sip, but you quickly snatched it away. Wait, Yoongi, that's a strawberry shake. Everyone at the table frowned, confused by your reaction. What's wrong with it? Meow, sitting beside you, nodded in agreement with your concern. You are allergic to strawberries. Remember? The table went silent, everyone looking at you, and then Yoongi, who was now raising an eyebrow at you. How did you know that? You felt your cheeks flush as you realized all eyes were on you. Well, I'm a fan of Yoongi's work, and I kinda knew about his allergy. The group exchanged looks, some smirking while others were surprised. A fan? Really? You nodded, feeling embarrassed. I have always admired your work as a designer. You're my idol. When I got an email for an interview at your company, I was over the moon. Everyone burst into laughter, teasing Yoongi. Look at that. Yoongi, you have got a fan in your own company. Yoongi's expression softened, a hint of smile tugging at his lips. So, what was it like meeting your ideal boss? Nerve-wracking. I just hoped I wouldn't embarrass myself. Jungkook chimed in playfully as ever. Well, you didn't just embarrass yourself, you saved him from a strawberry disaster. You laughed along, the tension from earlier dissipating. Yoongi, glancing at you, said quietly, Thanks for looking out for me. You nodded, heart racing at the unexpected closeness of his voice. The chatter continued, and the breakfast turned into a light-hearted affair, filled with laughter and fun moments, making for a memorable end to your trip.